Hey guys, what's going on? It's Kid, and we're hanging out with Rob on Front Low Live. Y'all tune in.
What's up, guys? Rob here, Front Row Live Entertainment. I'm hanging out here in LA with Kid G. This is your first LA show ever, and it looks like you have an audience out there waiting for you to play. What's this tour been like for you?
This tour's been fun, meeting a lot of new people, signing a lot of T-shirts, seeing a lot of new tattoos with Kid G on it, and it's a real heartwarmer, and I appreciate every moment of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you really like. When I first listened to your music, I really got into you like instantly. Your wordplay delivery, just you as a songwriter, as an artist in general, like really caught my attention. Talk to me about kind of like getting to where you're at today and kind of understanding your sound, and at the same time being able to create your own lane.
To be honest with you, buddy, is every studio session is just me having fun. I don't really think about it. I don't plan it. I don't keep doing what I do every time. It's just me. It's I get a lot of that from my friends and my family, and seeing my connection with my artists, and that's a big part of who I am. Well, actually, it's the biggest part of who I am. So every song is just a story that I got to tell, or something I've been through. So yeah, it's just that's where the delivery comes from in the studio. Yes, sir.
Now, for me personally, like one of the songs that really drew my attention was "People Talk," and just because. Obviously going back to your delivery on that, but just like you being vulnerable, opening up the way that you did with this track and like kind of just saying it like it is. Talk to me about that creative process and like what really kickstarted that song for you. Was it like a melody or like a lyric that you just had floating on your mind?
So honestly, I'm more of a freestyling artist. That's how I started making music, and freestyling, of course you know what freestyling is. So someone came into the studio and we were trying to write a radio hit, and that's how it always usually goes. And they played this loop, and I just said, hey, I heard you found a knockoff version of me. And so one of my songwriters in the room goes, what are you going through? And I was like, oh, me and my ex are going through it. He was like, well, what do you have to say on this? And so we finished the song in 20 minutes, and it's just one of those things where you got to be petty, not trying to be the bigger person. That's how that record came out. Yes, sir.
It was incredible. Just like that opening verse was just like, whoa, that's so sick. Haven't heard that before.
Yes, sir. No, it wasn't my most favorite song, but once I started seeing the traction of it and listening to the song more, and I put the third verse on there, it definitely hit my top 3 most favorite songs I've ever recorded. Yes, sir.
Now, as far as the team that you kind of put yourself with in the studio, like what producer do you feel like has helped you evolve to where you're at today?
Every single producer I've ever walked in the studio with, every single person that's ever walked in the studio with me, they've all helped me evolve into who I am today. Yes, sir.
Now, your most recent single is "Ain't Just a Kid," and talk to me a little bit about this one because it gives me more of a rock kind of vibe, rock country kind of vibe. Like if this show called Sons of Anarchy was still on today, like I feel like that would be a great kind of soundtrack that we can add to that as well. Talk to me about the creative process of this song and like what really inspired you in the first place.
So a lot of my songs, just like I said, the inspiration behind it is just me being myself and telling a story. Like Ain't Just a Kid, I feel like the title says enough. Like I don't look at myself as just a kid, but sometimes I'll use the excuse I am just a kid. But no, the song's about really just being young, wild, and free, and just a little dumb to it, but from the country, and it's just like the not little boy me, little bro me. It's just I ain't just a kid, and no, that song was a very fun song, and it does have like a little rock Sanarchy type vibe, and I see where you get that. Yes, sir.
I dug that so much. Now, as far as like being able to kind of figure out your sound and not just your sound, but finding those pockets for your lyrics, what is that process like for you? Just because you hit so many different genres and at the same time with your music, but like I feel like your voice is never sacrificed. Like you always kind of nail it every single time.
I don't think I nail it every time, but I appreciate that. That's really one of the biggest questions I've always asked myself through this career and this journey is I don't know like what I'm going towards whenever I'm making music, and I feel like that's what makes me the artist that I am, is because I don't mean to do the genre bending music that I do in melodies and hopping on some trap beats with a little bit of country. I don't mean to do those things. It's just, to me, I feel like music doesn't have boundaries, nor should it, because it's a creator. Whenever you're creating something, you don't see boundaries, and that's just, I don't think about those things whenever I go in the studio. It sounds like, as cool as it sounds whenever I say it, but it's just at the end of the day I look back and it's like there's no boundaries to this. It's music, and I just have fun. That's all it is.
What would you say has been your biggest challenge throughout this process?
Really keeping to a schedule, communication with family members and friends, and just finding time for things. Of course, that's some of the biggest challenges. Time's something you can't buy, you can't pray for it. Well, you can, but it's just time and just yeah, it's really just time. Yeah, so that's all I can think of for that one. That everything else, we're hell on wheels with it. We're ready. Any competition to come towards us.
And lastly, to close us off, like during this experience with this tour that you're on right now, how has that helped you, or how do you consider your new music moving forward now that you've experienced these fans in so many different places?
The next songs that are coming out soon, they're going to be the ones that change my life, and I know that. And it's going to change my careers, and hopefully it changes the viewers and the listeners' lives, and it's just going to take us to that next notch and put us up there. But this tour has helped me notice a lot of things that I need to do next time to better myself whenever we come back in the field. Yes, sir.
Amazing. Well, congratulations, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Guys, be sure to check out Kid G. All his music's on Spotify, and catch him on tour if you get the opportunity to. And thanks for watching here on Front Row Live.